I kept on wanting to cheer for your character because I liked his connection with the boy, but he kept on letting me down.
Yeah, he's a very complicated dude, this John Wheeler, and that's really what I loved about it, is that, you know, he's not really... and this is why he finds himself in this situation, is because he keeps making the wrong decisions, and one bad decision leads to another bad decision to try to make up for the first bad decision. So his life is just sort of spun out of control for years, and it's just, I think that at a certain point in his life, he just has had enough and just wants to find peace. But there's a desperation with this guy, and he has to just, if he can just get through this last little thing, he'll find some peace. And makes some decisions that sort of spiral even further, and takes his kid along with him. Yeah. And gets what he deserves in the end, really.
Yeah, well, we don't want to give away what happens at the end, for sure. So pretty much you were in almost every scene, and you were pretty much in almost every scene with the other Josh Wiggins, who plays Lewis.
Yeah.
Was that tough, sharing so much screen time with a teenager / boy? But not that anything against like child actors, but there's a certain type of responsibility that comes with perhaps acting with someone else who's not an adult.
Josh is a really, really bright kid, like wicked smart and funny. And we looked really far and wide to find the right kid for this. He couldn't be too kiddie, and he couldn't be too old. He had to be just sort of the right age. There's an intelligence about him that I think that really worked. And he was easy to work with. We had a great relationship, and he's a really fundamentally good kid. And I didn't sense any sort of child actor, anything with him, other than just a good kid who I think could really break out and be a big deal someday.
This time around, you weren't like the clean-shaven, haughty lead man, but you kind of changed the tone a little bit. You were the dingy, need a shower type of man. Do you have a preference? Living
out of the back of his car. I love doing stuff like this. You know, my mother-in-law would prefer me to be do more romantic movies, but this is the kind of thing that I got into this business for, is to do movies where you can just sort of stretch and examine how complicated people can be. And, you know, there isn't good and bad. It's always some hybrid of the two. And, you know, this guy falls definitely on the wrong side of the tracks, but it isn't by choice, obviously. He doesn't want to live out of the back of his car. He doesn't want to hold up these convenience stores or steal cars. He just has no other choice. He needs to get through the day and eat and try to find some peace in his life. And he has to make a lot of bad decisions in the process.